Discover Card Countdown to Green is brought to you by Discover Card. It pays to discover. By NASCAR Thunder 2003 from EA Sports. If it's in the game, it's in the game. And by Wendy's Mozzarella Chicken Supreme. It's chicken on a higher level.
Kurt Busch won back-to-back races. Then last week, his crew chief, Jimmy Fenning, was presented with the Golden Benny. Only Jimmy didn't accept. It seems some of the superstitious guys back in the Winston Cup garage area believe the Golden Benny might be cursed. Well, last week, Busch had a good finish, third, climbed to fifth in the points. So has the curse been broken? Let's find out.
Johnny Benson and James Ince have been working together since the 2000 Daytona 500. During Speed Weeks that year, Johnny was driving an unsponsored white car. Then on the morning of the Daytona 500, the team finally got financial support from Lycos. Still, few people expected much from the 10 car, but the James-Johnny combination put the team in contention to win, and they were actually leading until Dale Jarrett passed Johnny with 4 laps to go. Since that 12th place finish at Daytona, they have come close to winning several times, including a 2nd place finish 2 weeks ago at Martinsville. Then, last week, after 98 NASCAR Winter Cup races together, James and Johnny finally got to victory lane. And for that, the 10 team gets this week's Golden Benny. Bill, I got a problem.
What's going on, Benny?
I mean, here it's about 12:15, isn't it? I told James Ince he was going to get the Golden Benny to be here at 12:10.
I don't see anybody.
There's not a soul here, Bill. I mean, do you think there really is a curse involved? These guys don't want the trophy?
What do you think it means, Benny? That could be the case.
I don't know. I told these guys plainly to be here, and there's no one here.
Hey, look behind you.
Hey, guys, come here. Hey, guys, come here. Here's the Golden Benny. Come here. Here. Guys, come on, here.
Uh-oh. Wow.
We got a problem, Bill.
You better hang on to that. I'll tell you fans something. If he puts that in his car, I'm finding a different way back to the hotel. At mid-season, NASCAR decided to start handing out point penalties for violations found in inspection. It seems monetary fines didn't do much to slow the trend of bending the rules to make your car just a little bit better. Well, some strange things have happened since then. Mark Martin's 25-point penalty from last week has a lot of guys in the garage area thinking this weekend, but not necessarily talking. Today, Dave discovers that the race doesn't always finish with a checkered flag.
No, Bill, it actually finishes right here in technical inspection about 3 hours after the event. This is where Mark Martin's car failed, and when it did, NASCAR handed out a penalty that evoked comments like these from the competitors.
When you are in a battle for a point championship that could mean millions of dollars and certainly the opportunity to win a Winston Cup, you definitely have to make sure that the way that we enforce the rules is consistent.
I feel for them. They probably felt like they had to do something. I feel for Jack and Mark. I'm sure they feel like it's an electric chair for a parking ticket, and a lot of people would probably agree with that. I don't really have an opinion. I just know it's a really difficult situation.
I would have, lobbied for them to double the fine from set a new record for the fine, but let the guys, the guys on that team work extremely hard. Leave the points like it is. Let's have a points race these next 2 races.
All right, so let's talk about technical inspection. It happens 5 times each race weekend. Before the cars are ever allowed on the track, they have to go through technical inspection, and the officials mark off literally everything on this sheet, including the circled area which says front suspension travel stops. That's the area that covers the front springs. When an official puts his initials on there, he's basically saying, I've seen 2 front springs on the car that match the rules. In other words, 4.5 coils evenly spaced. But on Sunday morning, in fact, just moments ago, the cars went through here. This sheet is not used. And if I've changed anything on here as a crew chief, including springs, I better make sure that they conform to the rules. And in fact, that is perhaps the biggest part of what happened to Mark Martin. When his car started the race, actually started the race weekend, the inspectors saw good springs. When his car finished, they had changed some springs, and the one that was checked post-race was not legal. Bill?
Thanks, Dave. Great explanation on that. Election day is come and gone, but we want you to vote again. Log on to NBCSports.com and let us know how you feel about Springgate. We'll have the poll results later on. Still ahead, Wally, fresh from a top 10 finish yesterday, takes us for a lap around the track. And we'll talk to the underclassmen that have been overachievers in 2002.
Jimmy Johnson sweeps the Monster Mile this season. In just his 35th start, Ryan Newman goes to victory lane. Kurt Busch takes his third victory of 2002. He wins the Napa 500.
Jimmy Johnson, Ryan Newman, and Kurt Busch have combined for 7 wins this season. Johnson is 3rd in points, Newman is 4th, and Kurt Busch has climbed to 5th. Johnson is 27 years old, Newman is 25, Busch is 24. They have certainly emerged as stars this season. Can one of the kids on the grid win today? Let's find out. Here's Marty.
And Bill, people may be counting Ryan Newman out in terms of the race for the championship, but he and his team are not. But to be back in the game, Ryan, you've got to win today. Can you do that?
We're just going to try. That's all we can do. The All-Tel Ford's running pretty good. Happy Hour's pretty good, and the qualifying was great. So, great weekend so far. We'll see how things go.
There you go. At least he starts in the right spot for the 6th time this year. He'll lead the field to the green flag. Matt?
Marty, Jimmy Johnson, 3rd in points, 107 markers out of 2nd, which equates to about $390,000 at season's end. So you haven't won since Dover. You're racing more for a win or for points?
Really, the way everything's been going and who we're all racing for points, you're going to have to race for wins. I mean, Mark finished 2nd last week. Tony's been running strong. We got Ryan, who's been running awesome all the times right behind us in points. So we got a couple things on the line. We want to stay in the top 2 or 3, and you still want to win the championship, but it's going to be hard to do that. But stay in the top 2 or 3 in overall points. Win some races. Try to stay ahead of Ryan and the rookie, or catch him in the rookie of their points, and finish ahead of him in points. So
set the win record.
Yeah, there's all kinds of neat things that are on the line that we want to try to set the mark on. Finish higher than what Tony did in his rookie season. But it all starts with running well, and I screwed us up in qualifying, and we're going to have to fight back today, but we'll be good. I want to say hi to my parents at home, and my little brother busted his leg and playing some football, so I hope they're all doing good at home.
He starts all the way back in 37. Twice this year he's done that. Both times he netted a top 10 finish. Dave?
Well, if you wonder if Kurt Busch is fast, yeah, he's fast. In fact, the truck he's riding on took off before I could get there. So as Kurt waves to the crowd, let's just remind you that he has already won 3 times this year. Kurt Busch is the real deal, as they say in the racing business. He's only 248 points out of the championship lead, but I think he can win a 4th time again here today. He's coming off a 3rd place finish just last weekend at Rockingham, and that was his 11th top 5 of the year. Kurt Busch definitely a contender here at Phoenix. Bill?
Thanks, Dave. Greg Biffle won the Busch Series championship here yesterday. Congratulations to him. Wally Dallenbach finished 9th in the race after starting 28th, despite being pestered all day on the radio by Michael Waltrip and Benny Parsons. Now that deserves a cowtail. How did Wally manage to find his way around this unique 1-mile track? Well, let's find out and take a ride in his No Boundaries Ford.
Welcome to Phoenix and my NBC No Boundaries Ford. Phoenix is a tricky place to get around because 1 and 2 is so different than 3 and 4. 1 and 2's banked, 3 and 4 is real flat. So you're going to have a compromise as a driver in the setup because you're never going to get the car set up just perfect. Take a lap around this place and I'll show you what I mean. Turn 1, you want to go in as deep as you possibly can. Slam on the brakes. Bring the car down low. Now the car's going to stay on the bottom here when the tires are good, but then it's going to drift up high. Right up against this wall on the exit. Into the dog leg. Drop it on the yellow. Bring it up high. Again, deep. But the thing is here, I like keeping the car down right on the bottom of the yellow line. Other guys will dime in this corner. You want to get on the gas hard, and it's going to throw you right up against this wall. Phoenix is a blast to drive as a driver, one of my favorite places. But it's very challenging for not only the driver, but for the crew, because you got to chase this racetrack all day long.
1-mile track, 312 laps for the NASCAR Winston Cup stars today here at Phoenix. Next, 2 Winston Cup veterans battling in the points race and on the track. Racing rivals renew a rusty relationship as the countdown roars on.